Insomnia with Al Pacino, Robin Williams, and Hilary Swank. Hilary Swank adds absolutely nothing to this movie. I got this movie for free. And of course I'm going to get it because it's in one of those Warner Brother movie DVD places, whatever cases. This is Hilary Swank inside there. I love these cases, but they get damaged very easily. These are the Warner Brother cases. I call them Warner Brother cases. I think other people use it. This is a Warner Brothers movie. And I was watching this movie. It was just like, after watching all these movies, I had nothing to watch. And I saw this and I said, all right, let's watch this now. So after everything that I've watched, I chose to watch this. So it didn't really draw my attention at first. And I really didn't want to watch it. But upon watching it, I noticed this movie. I was like, whoa, cinematography in this movie is a little juicy. It's a little nice. And it's rare to see good cinematography in movies. And this is a location piece. And I was watching it. And I was watching Al Pacino's acting in this. And I was like, all right, okay, all right. Al Pacino was killing it with the acting in the beginning. And the cinematography was like, whoa, this is cool. It takes place like in Alaska or Nebraska, some snowy place, some place where where the sun does not go down. It might be Alaska. The one thing that kind of messed me up in this movie was that the cinematography took away from the story. And the story should be the best thing. The story should be the focus, not the cinematography. The cinematography should be a bonus, but the cinematography took away from the actual story. The story was very weak. Robin Williams is in this movie, and I hate to say a little bit of spoilers, but he plays a pedo in this movie. So this is like a very disturbing role for Robin Williams to play a petty, and Al Pacino plays a detective. LA detective flies to Alaska to try to get clues on a murder of a young girl, a young high school girl that was killed um, by, they didn't know, but since I said Robin Williams, he's right there. It almost tells you on the cover. Now, what is this whole insomnia thing about? That's the thing. This movie has a little bit of twists and turns, and it's very eerie, and things get pretty complicated in the movie. So the movie is okay, and for the most part, it was uh, it was all right. And then I did a little bit of digging. I got on my Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb, and I read some of the reviews while I was watching the movie. I wanted to know a little bit about this movie. Turns out this is a Christopher Nolan movie. So that's a plus. That's probably why the cinematography was pretty good. I think this is one of his earlier experimental cinematography movies or something. I don't know. He was trying to prove himself or trying to learn from this movie. But you could kind of feel like this is like a movie that they flew to the locations, they scouted the areas, and they say, okay, where can we film? What's gonna look good? Like I could almost see that in this movie, and I did not like that I could see that because it felt like it was a very it was intentionally cinematographic or looking. It was intentionally meant to look good because the way it looks kind of seemed like it was more important than the actual story itself. The story was okay, but it wasn't necessarily the best. It was basically a solid C tier up until the end, and then it just turned to ass. The movie turned to poop. So I would say, if you're a Christopher Nolan fan, if you're an Al Pacino fan, if you're a Robin Williams fan, I don't think you'll be a Hilary Swank fan. She does okay. She does okay in the movie, but what I'm saying is that the written character, does nothing for the movie. And there are some other characters. There's like four or five other characters that really don't do anything to the movie either. So too many characters in this movie and some iffy parts here and there. And Al Pacino gets insomnia during this whole thing because the sun does not go down in Alaska or Nebraska, where the hell this place is, and the sun is out all day. So he thinks it's daylight and it's morning or whatever, but it could be like 2 a.m. in the morning, and like it's it looks like it's the middle of the day. So he can't sleep. That gets in the way of his investigation. He starts to slip as a detective. He does some things in here that I did not mention, which complicates the situation, and it kind of like puts everything into a spin, but it kind of like it kind of throws you off the scent, twists the whole story, but then it still ends up being predictable. So I don't know what that is. It's almost like a football player, like going left and right, but you already know he's gonna go a certain way. So they tried to throw you off the scent, but the movie ended up being very predictable at the end, and that's probably why it was ass, because the ending was very predictable. Um, but nevertheless, the cinematography was very good, and it is a Christopher Nolan movie. So if you're a fan of that, you'll probably like the cinematography, and you'll enjoy most of the movie. But I bet once you get to the end of the movie, you're gonna be very disappointed. So I would say go ahead and pass on this movie. Don't watch it. Um, you're not gonna miss anything unless you absolutely love Al Pacino and you need to see every single one of his works, or you like Christopher Nolan and you need to see every one of his works. I would skip this one right here. Um, it's just not the best movie, and it's not Christopher Nolan's best, and it's not Al Pacino's best. It's not Robin Williams' best, and it's definitely not Hilary Swank's best. Um, they all did amazing. They all acted pretty good. They did a great job acting. Even Robin Williams did a really good job. He did a damn good job. But the story was not solid. The story was not the best. And sometimes you need a really good story. I don't blame these actors. I don't even blame the director. What can you do? In this case, it's the writer's fault. What can you actually do? You can't do anything. So I would say it was close but no cigar. It's a D tier movie. I don't know what the ratings are, but for the majority of the movie, it's interesting, and it visually looks good in some spots, and some spots it looks like crap. So, um, if you happen to get it for free, of course, watch it. If you love Alaska or Nebraska, places where like it's out in the country and there's a lot of trees and snow and a lot of rivers and lakes, stuff like that, then go ahead and watch it. But I wouldn't waste my time. I wouldn't buy this movie. I wouldn't spend money. I wouldn't even spend $1 to own it. I got it for free. I might give it away. I don't know if I can give it away. How can I give these away? I would love to give this movie away or sell it. I would love to give it away rather than sell it or let other people borrow it so they could see it, and they don't have to waste their money on it. I might start a library or something. Or I don't know how I could spread the joy. But some movies are just like they're okay, but they're not the best. And did I already show you the disc art on this? What is the disc art? I love the DVDs with the disc art, man. And I love these cases. So those are cool little things. But the movie itself is not a winner for me. You might think differently. I'm not the smartest person. I noticed that I don't get everything. I probably get like 10%. I retain like 10 or 15% of the information, and about 85% of the movie I forget because I'm not the smartest person. So you might pick up on some things that I didn't. So in order to know if you really like a movie, you really have to watch it yourself to see what you like, because there are movies that I love that are rated very low on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes that I really love and I enjoy. And then there's some movies that are misinterpreted and misunderstood, that you don't understand them and you don't enjoy them because you didn't understand them. But other people understand them and they say, wow, that was pretty damn good. So at the end of the day, you have to watch it yourself. Insomnia with Al Pacino, Robin Williams, and Hilary Swank.